Hey designers, and welcome to Stash It or Trash It, where we're going to be taking some of today's most intriguing products and putting them through the test for you. We're going to let you know if they're items worth stashing or if they're items better off trashing. Stick around. Welcome back, you guys. I'm very excited about today's video because we're talking about one of my favorite products. Lippies. Yes, you guys know how much I love a good lippy, and if you've been watching the channel, then you saw the other day in a collective haul that I did for you that I had picked up these beauties from the Family Dollar. That's right, while I was in there shopping around, noticed a brand new brand had a product out that I certainly was interested in, so I am as excited as you guys are to find out if these are really worth stashing or if they're better off trashing. So let's get right on into it. The brand on this product is BYS. I've never heard of that before. Let me know if you guys have heard of it. I don't know if it's something new that's just hitting our area or if it's a brand new product that's coming out all over the place and not even sure, but I was very excited about it. There are actually two different lines in these lip products. We have the metal lips from the BYS, and there are 4 shades that are included in that line. And then we also have the velvet lips. Yes, there are 6 colors in the velvet lips. And just in case you're wondering, those dry down matte. So we have 6 mattes and 4 metallics, and I'm ready to jump on in and show you these awesome colors. We're going to go ahead and go through the metallic line first, and I'm going to show you the swatches, then we'll talk a little bit about the actual product itself. First up, we have platinum. Take a look at how gorgeous that color is. Now, I'm not sure how many of you would consider this actually a wearable color, but someone like me who's a little out there, I consider it a wearable color, especially around the holidays. Thought this was super pretty. Next up in the metallic line, we have 24 karat gold, and check it out. Yes, that is really pretty, especially if you are a warmer toned person, then this color is going to look gorgeous on you. Again, not necessarily sure if this is something that you would consider an everyday type look, but definitely going to be pretty around the holidays. Next up in the metallic lips cream lipstick is the bronze metal. Such a gorgeous color. Absolutely love this one. And this one is one that I do feel like is a little more wearable every day. Maybe not necessarily to work, but if you're going out for the evening, this one is a lot more toned down, and I just think that it is a really, really pretty color. Last up in the metallic line is Copper Penny. Look how beautiful that one is. That's actually the color that I'm wearing right now. I love it, you guys. I absolutely love it. It's not too dark that it has to maintain like an evening shade. You can actually wear this even during the daytime, and I just think it is very, very pretty. Now let's talk about the actual product itself. First of all, we have to talk about the packaging. Love the packaging on these little lipsticks. I really do. It's nice and sleek. It's slender. It's going to fit nicely into a purse if you're on the go, and I love that it has pretty much a matte black topper. It's got just a little sheen to it, but overall it does have a matte appeal, which I just love. I just love a matte finish. And then of course the plastic tubing. I think that the packaging is really pretty and it's very attractive to me. It looks expensive even though it's not. The metallic line runs $3 per color, and I absolutely think they're worth it. I really do. They go on nice and evenly. The colors that I showed you are just one coat, but you can build it up to a second coat quite nicely if you want to, but there's not really a need to have to build it up because they go on nice and opaque. They do dry down, but they never get fully dry. They're not sticky. They just feel like a cream lipstick, which is what they're called. So don't expect these to dry down feeling matte or completely dry at any point. They're not glossy, they're not sticky, they're nice and comfortable, very creamy, and that's kind of just the way that they sit on your lips there. They do have transfer because it is just a cream lipstick, so it's not going to be long wearing. If you're looking for a really extended wear on the metallic lipstick, you're not going to find it. It does have some transfer there, and I would say that it lasts about the same length of any typical cream lipstick, so you are going to have to reapply after you eat, after you drink some water, those kind of things. You're going to have to reapply it about the same that you would any cream lipstick. So all of that being considered, I do think that the finish on that is nice and shiny. I do feel like it does give you a very nice metallic glow to it. I think it does live up to its name, and I absolutely think that the metallic line is definitely worth stashing. Now let's talk about the Velvet Lips liquid lipsticks. In this line, as I've already said, there are 6 colors, and let's go ahead and take a look at all the colors, and then we'll come back and talk about that formula. First up, we have Prima Peonies, and look how pretty that is. That is a nice nude color that probably is going to be pretty suitable for just about every skin tone, I think. Just a nice nude little color there. It went on nice and smoothly. Now let's take a look at the next color, which is called Bare Beauty. Now this one, I have to say, was one of my favorites. I really like that color. It gives the color not of a nude lip, but of a natural lip. Just a nice natural lip color, and I thought it was gorgeous, simply gorgeous. Next up in the line, we have Flamingo Flare, and that is this beautiful color right here. Absolutely gorgeous. You guys know from watching this channel that this is the color that I tend to gravitate towards more often than anything else. So thought that one was absolutely stunning. Next up, we have Purple Pop. This one is a very pretty color when you're first applying it, but I do have to tell you guys, this is the one that gave me the most trouble because it did not dry down evenly at all. What I noticed is this one, as this one was drying down, the outer part of my lips stayed quite pinkish, while the interior parts of my lips stayed very purple. So I applied a second coat to that, and that did help, but I still noticed as it dried down that you still had kind of that pink halo around the outside. So if you're looking for a nice, even, beautiful purple, this probably isn't going to be one that you're going to gravitate towards because it did have a little bit of trouble on that drying process. However, I think it dried purple enough that I was satisfied with it, so it's not going to go in the trash can, but just something to be aware of with that shade. Next, we're going to move on to Berry Sweet, and by berry, I'm going to guess they mean strawberries because there is no underlying berry color in this at all. It is straight up in your face red. It is definitely a true red and gorgeous. Very pretty. It's a blue-based red, which is really good because it's going to help keep those teeth looking a little bit wider. Last up in the Velvet Lips liquid lipstick line, we have Cherry Now, and look how pretty. This is a deeper red. This is what I would call kind of a blood red type color. Deeper, richer, and just beautiful if you love red but don't want to pop in your face, wow, kind of red. It's a little more subdued in my opinion. I think this is a very nice, elegant, classy looking red. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, it is a blue-based red, so that is something to keep in mind if you like to stay away from the orange-toned reds. Let's talk about the product itself. Now, one thing that I forgot to mention to you when we were talking about the metallic shades is the actual applicator. It is a doe foot applicator. It's the same in the metallics and the velvets across the board. It's the same packaging and the same application. It is nice and firm, fairly long. The head of that doe foot though is flat. There's no angle at all, which I would rather see at least a slight angle on a doe foot applicator because it does help make the application more precise and a little easier, but this still is fairly easy to use. I didn't find it difficult, just would have rather seen a little bit of an angle on there, but it still did give me a precise look, so overall happy with that. The formula on the velvet, like I said before, it does dry down to a matte finish, and it takes about 90 seconds for it to dry, and I found that I only had to use one coat. A one coat application is nice and opaque on all of these colors. Did not find it necessary except for on that Purple Pop. That one did require a second coat to try to even that out, but all the other ones came out with one coat, so I love that. You're not wasting a lot of product. The Velvet Lips are only $2 per bottle. that is a great purchase price. It does have a little bit of transfer. The transfer is not too bad on these, I have to say. Once they get dry and once they set in place, the transfer is not horrible. However, when they get moist, then you start noticing the transfer more. So drinking water, eating lunch, those kind of things, it's definitely going to wear off and you are going to have to reapply. But overall, pretty long lasting considering they're only $2. So definitely have to say that is a positive. One thing I did not notice in either line, the metallic nor the velvet, was a staining power. So don't expect these to be a staining lip product, and that's one reason why they're not long lasting, because there really is no staining. Even whenever I got all the way done, you'll notice here, this is after the 10th one was swatched and I was taking it all off. There is some redness to my lips and a little bit of staining around the outside of my mouth, but that is mostly because of all the rubbing, and so that's the redness coming through from just changing all the colors. Very, very minimal staining, so that's good in one respect if you don't want your lips to be stained, but that is what keeps it from being a long wearing lipstick, so something to keep in mind. But overall, you guys, the metallics at $3 and the velvets at just $2, definitely worth stashing. I give this product a huge thumbs up and would highly recommend it to any of you guys that love a good lippy. So be looking for it. Again, that is the BYS brand. I found mine at Family Dollar. Not sure exactly where all else it is sold, but definitely recommend. All right, I want to thank all of you so very much for sitting here with me a few minutes today, and I want to remind you, you were created for a purpose, so go be all you can be. I'll see you soon in the next video.